Donc lorsque je flingue, c'est toute ma putain de nation qui flingue avec toi. Tu vois ce que je veux dire?
Welcome back, everyone. Pudo with 3 rounds. We got Coach Terry, Jab University. What's going on, man?
Not much. Enjoyed the holiday. Played a little golf. Shot some guns. You know what I mean? Then housework and chores. And,
of course, Rap. You got to. It's one of those midweek things, and it's
yeah,
just weird, man. Yeah. It's just weird. So, all right. So, man, we had a busy week last week out in Wichita, Kansas. We had the JOs Summer Festival. So we had everybody competing, and there was a lot of things happening. At the tournament and outside the tournament too, all the things that happen as well. So just very active. You were out there. So how do you, everything going good? I know there was one day where there was like 30 bouts. Was it Friday or Thursday?
Yeah, it was some long days, man. It was hot.
That's what I heard.
It was super hot. The lights kept going out on like one side of the venue. I guess they don't use it that often, but there were some good bouts. There was some, judging on a few of them. There were some good bouts. There were some upsets. It was
there was a little bit of everything happening. So we're gonna touch into that. Let me just move this here. We're gonna go to the brackets, to this new bracket software they're using, which I do not like. You got scrolling names. Just give me the names. Go with the old school brackets. You give me this fancy thing. It's not working. It's not. No, so we're gonna go ahead and just go run down elites down, and we're gonna try to get as many as we can of the younger brackets. But there was a lot of bouts, man. So
yeah, it was a lot.
So we're gonna go ahead and just get started. Female elite, male 106. There was only one bout there. Finals. Amanda Sendejo out of Texas got a 5-0 victory over Lisette Ramos. I know Amanda's trained by Coach Mays, Jeffrey Mays, who part of
Pure
US
Technique.
Pure Technique out there. So she's getting that good work, that training. So 5-0.
One of the best coaches in the sport, man. Period.
Hands down.
And then you never ask another coach about a coach. You ask the boxers about a coach. Everybody loves Jeffrey Mays, probably by far one of the top coaches there is that I've met.
Yeah, hands down. Shout out to him. He's doing a big, and got a pro. Rihanna Rios just got a big victory in the pros. So shout out to him doing his thing out there. Pure Technique boxing. So Amanda Sendejo gets that victory. Got a national and a pro champion in the same week. So it's a good thing there. So that was the only bout, 119. Familiar name in the finals there.
Kayla
Gomez. She got a bye initially, and then just went straight to the championship bout, 5-0. Just doing her thing, and it's an experience gap, and came away with it. Kayla Gomez at 125. This one is her bracket here. Deborah Grant did good. Yoselin Perez. They saw each other again.
I think there's a slight experience gap there too.
Yeah, no, I think
especially with Yoselin having so much international work.
Yeah.
International success.
Yeah.
Versus Grant, who most of her hers is domestic. She'll get there though. I think she'll be at the OTC training here soon too. I can almost guarantee it. She's strong. I like her.
Definitely. We have a series going of boxers you should know. Put her on there because it's one of those boxers that we mentioned it last time for the preview. So much that she's done in such limited time. So we can only imagine her putting more work into it. So shout out to her. Yoselin Perez, she just did her thing and keeps on winning. I'm sure we'll see her again and Team USA and all that good stuff. So that is the person.
I wonder if she's gonna stay at 25 though.
That's what I was gonna say. If she stays at 125, she's the name the get after. But I don't know. She competed at 119 before. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe she goes up. Then we got 132.
Alexis Garobo from Peralta. Well, Albuquerque. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was in the finals in Albuquerque too.
Oh, okay. There you go. So she's back to trying to, seeing herself in the finals there. She competed against Catherine Zare. Got a 3-2 split. There was a lot of those.
To me, that's a real novice weight class right now. But
1-3-2.
you know what I mean? Your trials champion isn't there, you know what I mean, even though she's staying in the amateurs. So there's not a lot of stuff going on right there. Nida wasn't there.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we touched on it before the tournament. The just the females in general, all brackets, all divisions.
It was real shallow,
real slim, real slim. So, but not taking away anything. Alexa Guerrero gets that natural.
Yeah, she did her thing. She did her thing. Glad to see her up there.
Yeah. She has that lane. She
is pretty long, strangely. Yeah.
Yeah, very long. So that could go to her advantage. So we'll see how that works out in the future. So 139, we had a familiar name come back in. It was good to see
Deshae Bradford back, man.
Yeah. Deshae Bradford, Ohio, Toledo, got a 3-2 over. Just waiting for the name to load up on this thing. Mary Angeles Rosendo out of Florida. But yeah, it was good to see her after a good stint being out of the tournament circuit at least. So 146.
The lady from Chicago.
There you go. Brianna Gulia. Got the win over Nevaeh Williams, who I believe was.
Hey, that was an exciting bout to watch, right? So you've got a woman versus a girl, right? And one's just charging and kind of overwhelmed Nevaeh at first. And then Nevaeh found that her speed was her thing. And they started exchanging 8 counts. Nevaeh started giving 8 count. Bing, 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 bing. I was like, oh, man, yeah. Because we fought right after her, so we're standing there. I was like, so she did good, you know what I mean? But yeah, she was just a little like young and you know, the roughhouse tactics just was different, you know what I mean, for her, you know what I mean? Because what's the lady's name again?
Brianna.
She fights similar to like Stephanie Simon, real aggressive, heads, elbows, charges. You know what I mean?
Foot, right.
That's kind of hard to deal with for a lot of people. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. No. That's so she came and overwhelmed and took the bout. So Brianna,
it was like it was overwhelming at first.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah. And I just look at the score of 5-0. The judges definitely saw that as well. So at 146,
they were exchanging 8 counts at the end of that fight. It was crazy.
Man, hey, there you go. Hey,
so that the
championship bout, you gotta do it.
The score is right, but it doesn't tell you how like Nevaeh showed. You know what I mean? Like, she's game, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
I'm sure we'll see her again. They're gonna have the women's championship coming up. And I'm not sure where's that one taking place. It's not Ohio.
No, but I don't know.
We'll figure that out, but that's figured out. 154. This is about. I was looking forward to checking out Ariana Carrasco. Got the 5-0 over Christine Forkins. Yo, Ariana looks spectacular.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah.
She was comfortable. Yeah, had a good time.
And it showed. You just look at her. I don't know. There was a real swag about her. She was not gonna get denied.
Together again, baby. Yeah, it was.
Hey, it made a difference. You and not talking anything about Christine Forkins because the experience gap is there. Ariana has already competed internationally.
She is the Olympic champion at 65. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
But there's levels. There's levels to boxing.
Yeah, and we just had a good time. And you got to think, Ari won 2 tournaments this year. She won Albuquerque at 46, and then she got DQ'd against the lady that fought right before us at Golden Gloves, even though she was dominating that fight. And then we won this one. So she's on a good trajectory. Got some pro promoters kind of making contact for her. But she still owes some Army time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she still owes some Army time, so she's back at a regular unit driving trucks and stuff for the Army. But she's got some interests. They want to see her with little gloves on, probably about 140.
Okay, which I think that'll be a good way for her, and she looked great, and I can see why people are getting interest. So Ariana Carrasco 5-0 over Christine Forkins. who, like you said, has been winning a lot of late. So that was one of those bouts I had on my list to check out. Ariana with the win there. 165. We had another familiar name right there at the finals, Kendra, and the winner, Kendra Samardzija.
We sparred her earlier in the week in the hottest gym I had been in a long time. I think the Air Force has spoiled me because we got air conditioning. So we went to VO Boxing and we sparred Kendra. Yeah. And I think I was sweating more than Ari and Kendra.
Wow. And I kept on hearing that. People were messaging me, hey, it's hot up in here. I'm like, man, which of the gases, man? It was wild. But Kendra Samardzija got to buy the first round and then went straight to the finals. Got a 3-2.
She looked good, though, man. Yeah. And you can hear Kendra fighting a mile away, though.
Oh, yeah. There's some boxers you can just hear, right? You know exactly who it is. So shout out to Kendra out there. Get that win at 165. And then the final weight class here for the elite female is at 178. Jillian Petroglia got a 4-0 against Knissia Watson.
Yeah, that means the fifth judge was tied 28-28. Yeah. So he just dropped the score.
Still unanimous to Jillian's favor out of New York, right? Metro New York.
Yeah.
So let's keep going. Now we're going to go to the male elites. And, man, there was
you could call it an upset, man.
Oh, it was definitely an upset. But let me just go to the beginning. 106, did we have it? No, we had nothing at 106. 112, man. Let's go right into it. The number one seed, Ryan Williams, with 100-plus bouts, got a 4-1 on the wrong side of 4-1 decision against Oscar
he was
Hernandez.
Fighting his butt off.
Hey, I chopped that video up and nobody had seen it. See the full, watch that, and there was some hard work there. And I don't know, what do you think? Did you see it live or did you just see the?
Yeah, I did see it live.
Okay. And what was your first kind of impression of it?
My impression is I guess the scoring criteria is written down in black and white, but it's, I guess, subjective.
Yeah. Because
the word is quality blows.
Mm-hmm.
Quality went to Ryan. Volume went to Oscar.
Yeah. And it's about that scoring criteria. It was the volume, and I think it was the beginning of the bout that started there. Because at the towards the end of the third round, Ryan Williams, if they had one more round, it would have been a different story. But the way Oscar had a good game plan coming in.
Number of quality blows. So there's this weird thing in amateur boxing that's still subjective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he still looked good to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe a little slow start for him, but he still.
That's probably the biggest thing that I would say.
No knock on Oscar. He fought well too. You know what I mean?
You can't take it away from him for sure. But that was a big, just right off the gate, first round, Oscar definitely put his name out there as far as somebody to look at, because he only had 10 bouts. And the thing is that he I don't know how much he knew about Ryan Williams, but he took it right to him. He didn't care and made Ryan Williams adjust.
And then go look at the other side of the bout, Florida versus Ohio as well. You could consider that an upset. Peter Frakes loses to Joseph Lopez 4-1 as well. Yeah. Very similar situation.
Yeah.
Very similar situation.
That was another one that was eye-catching. So right from the get-go, this bracket was going to be a little different than what I had suspected. So we had Luis Correa getting the 5-0 over Joseph Lopez in the finals. So a little bit of a shakeup, this elite to the 112, just the way how everything stood out, because you would have thought maybe Peter and Ryan might see themselves in the finals.
So that was, but like I said, it's very, very, very similar situations. Same states, Ohio and Florida, same 4-1 both ways, both upsets. You know what I mean? Very similar bouts, to be honest.
And I'm looking at this back. I'm not. What happened to this Adrian Jones, Elmer Toledo?
I have no clue. So when we see the bout sheets in the morning, if there's a line through them, busted weight.
That's usually what it is, right? Yeah.
So it looks like they both busted weight.
It probably sounds like it. So 119, we'll just keep going. We had Diego Aviles out of California, back in the finals, back winning. Got the 5-0 over Santiago Vasquez out of Texas. A good bracket. I did see Diego in his in the finals and semifinals bout. But yeah, did you catch any of this bracket?
Yeah, I did. I was watching Luis Castaneda from Colorado. He did good like toward the end of his bout. Same thing, kind of overwhelmed early on.
Okay.
But Diego Aviles is, if you pay attention, he's very consistent throughout. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's very, very consistent. Kind of goes under the radar sometimes, but Diego's very, very consistent.
Quality and that California style. There's a lot of boxer puncher type styles that come out of there, and he definitely has that. And a
lot of pro influence in the Southern
very much so. That pro, you can see it in him, and which that pro style sometimes it doesn't win amateur tournaments.
Yeah,
you gotta just kind of think about that, but ultimately I think it will be a good benefit. So all right, 125, we had a familiar name there at the finals. Thomas Covington,
Kevin Godino, Thomas, shout out. And found out when I was talking to him and Terry were born at the same hospital in Memphis, Tennessee.
What? Oh man, that's wild, man. That's wild.
Yeah, I like Thomas. Thomas was sparring earlier in the week at the same gym. Him and Marcus Luther got some rounds in. Okay. Yeah, so but no, Thomas he's getting stronger.
Yeah.
He's working on that pocket game where he was lacking, where he can fight a little bit better on the inside. Right. On the outside, he's masterful on the outside. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He needs to add that other
on the outside. Right. But you could tell they went back to the drawing board after the Golden Gloves. Started working a little bit on his inside pocket game a little bit, but like he's a master from the outside.
Yeah,
strong, very good shape, serious about what he's doing.
Yeah, definitely. And the other side of the bracket, Kevin Godino had a good tournament, beat up Mariano Martin out of Colorado, who's had
5-0 day one. Yeah,
5-0. He's been doing a lot of good stuff, Mariano, out there. So, but Kevin Godino got that win, got 2 more wins to get to the finals out of California. I'm sure we'll see him again. And there's another Godino, Isaiah Godino, he's out there as well. So they're competing. You'll hear that last name, but over the JO's Summer Festival, Thomas Covington came away 4-1 over Kevin Godino there. So we'll keep going. 132.
Hey,
man, I gotta ask you right off the back, man.
Harris, let's just say that.
What was that?
Shout out to Isaiah Harris.
Man.
Yeah, Zakeem Moses won.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And for the most part, I did think he was winning that bout. But I feel like they might have changed. They might have. That referee was bad. No 8 count. No knockdown shows up. Turns around, chastises him for his head being down. With no man, that overhand right.
Yeah, I would not put that ref in any bout that's of significance.
Yeah,
no,
he better go sit down somewhere.
I'm not gonna say that it would have changed the result or anything like that, but that 8 count at that moment could have changed the strategy. It could have changed something. It would have gave Isaiah maybe a little bit more to go after, even though he tried to go after him. You never know what's gonna happen, but that was a big decision because the ropes kept him up. It should have been an 8 count, but like I said, I don't know if that would have changed the results. But that should have been acknowledged by the ref, man.
Yes, it should have been acknowledged by the ref. Also, in his semifinal bout, I actually thought that was one of the better bouts of the tournament. Raylan versus Isaiah.
Yeah,
that was
a good. Yeah, no, that was good. And like you said, shout out to Isaiah Harris. He had a great tournament.
Hey, Zay had a great tournament too.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
But like that moment, you know what I mean? That just one moment. I do believe Zay won that fight. Period.
Yeah.
But that moment they kind of ruined for Isaiah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it impacted him more, I believe, at the end. Hopefully they do it again. I always have a sensation Zay is going to go pro in us relatively soon, but we'll see. We'll see how long he sticks around in the amateurs. But 132, man, that was a good bracket, good final. Let's keep going. 139. That was another good one too.
This was one of my favorite brackets.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. It was good all the way through. Eric Valencia versus Carlos Johnson in the semis was great. Marcel Bonner versus Nehemiah P in the semis was great.
That was
Carlos Johnson versus Marcel Bonner in the finals was great. This was a good bracket all the way through. And Carlos Johnson, shout out to him. Boy can box, boy.
All those 3 bouts you just mentioned, 3-2 split. It was that close.
Hey, they were that good. Yeah. Shout out to Marcel Bonner. Like, he's going up, he's going down. He was at 47 last. He's in the finals of both tournaments. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he's a big 47, let alone a huge 39. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm seeing I real good. I like seeing Nehemiah P. Apparently, obviously the one who didn't make it to the finals wanted to get there, but I think there's a lot of good things that can build from this.
And if the pro promoters are out there watching, you just can't watch the finals because of the history of the bad judging and scoring and stuff like that. Watch the whole tournament. You're gonna find gems. You're gonna find some real gems in this tournament.
And that's what's so frustrating with that. You have to buy these bouts because I've been putting out some clips out there, but you really have to watch the whole bout. Ring generalship, that's a real thing. You got to see how it all unfolds, And
then in this weight class, the puncher was Eric Valencia.
Yeah,
kicking crap, my dude.
Hey, he's been showing that though. He's been showing that, and he has that power. So,
he got the Tangy Zipper Miracle Whip on the end of that hand, man. That's a knuckle sandwich.
and he has that promo with the documentary with hey,
I like
his name, man. We'll see. I'm sure he's multiple boxers in this bracket will see each other again, but Carlos Johnson comes away with it. 147. We had Roy Fields, Texas, get that 5-0 over Sebastian Bazanet out of New York. 5-0. I did see Marcel Steele. He got knocked knocked out early.
Yeah, you know what? He's still a baby in this division. He's elite. He's coming from youth to elite, but they better watch out.
Yeah,
that boy can fight. You know what I mean? So give him some time. A guy we worked with, Cassius Jackson, fought the guy that the runner-up. Not real high on the Sebastian kid, just the way he fights. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But a little slappy.
Oh, gotcha. Like
but still good, aggressive. You know what I mean? But Roy Fields, shout out to the Houston area. They produce
they do
a lot. People don't mention, because Ohio runs boxing. You got the DC crew, New York and Gleason's and all that, Philly and all that, Southern California, New York, Detroit, Toledo. But Houston throws a lot of, and Hawaii.
Oh,
yeah.
Hawaii, yeah, most definitely.
San Antonio too. South Texas is just produces, but
I
think Houston kind of runs under the radar outside of the South. You know what I mean? They produce, man. They really do.
Yeah, most definitely. Amateur and pros. They got some good boxers happening out there. Roy Fields comes away 5-0, takes it over the New York boxer, which his name doesn't generate. Sebastian there. So keep going to 156. Familiar name, Carlos Flowers in the finals, got a 4-1 over Mark Chaparro, New York. Back at it. So
and honestly, Carlos, outside of that fight with Benjamin Johnson, you know what I mean? I thought Carlos Flowers should have won the trials, you know what I mean? But he couldn't really box.
He can box. That's and
shout out to Delaware. It's the only person I've ever heard from Delaware.
Right. That was interesting. And he was part of that team that went out to Canada to compete with Team USA. So Carlos Flowers, 156. I'm sure we'll see him again in the future. So 165. We had Jacob Spence. New York got the KO win over Thomas Gutierrez. Is that North Carolina? NCA? No, North California.
Northern California, yeah. But to me, that was an upset. Jacob Spence over Matthew Knorr. Matthew Knorr started out knocking people out, which you kind of expected. Didn't seem like he was just gassing over and over. Like, he'd be explosive. It was a good fight, but like gas tank was fluctuating real crazy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but Jacob Spence he can punch.
Yeah.
yeah. Punch,
Definitely. And Matthew Noor actually got the RSC going into that bout, so he was definitely accustomed to that. So hey, there's always something to work on after a tournament. So I'm sure he'll be back at it. So Jacob Spence gets the win there, 165, 176.
Hey, Steve Colomb has improved his boxing.
He's definitely been improving, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's no fault of his own. He was a victim of the whole controversial thing. Obed, Amir, Nate Lugo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all that.
Here's the thing: Nate Lugo is your Olympic trials champion.
That's what it is.
After that, but
that's what
Steve Colomb has improved. He can box now. You're like, well, he can always box, but it's a more confident type of boxing than I had seen him doing previously.
Right.
Yeah. So shout out to Steve Colomb.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like you said, he's improving, and it seems like we've been kind of seeing him more frequently because of this whole thing with the trials, and then having to fight at the Silver Gloves, and he's been acting just competing. So comes away with
just
an
experience for him. Honestly, it's just experience because he's still in the amateurs. The other ones are all pro.
They just signed. Amir just signed too. So so he's the one that probably is going to be beneficial.
He's probably your top guy. I'm not gonna lie. Sean O'Brien was in a really good fight in the quarterfinals. It didn't go his way, 3-2 split.
3-2.
But he was in a really good fight. You know what I mean? So shout out to him. Yeah.
Joe Brady, he was out here not so long ago. Hey, he's sticking around. So I'm maybe we'll see that matchup against Cologne soon. So at 189, we have Donnell Brown getting the 5-0 victory over
and 2 RSCs on the way to it though.
Yeah. Hey, you talking about the big?
He wasn't playing.
Most definitely. Yeah, I got the RSC against Virginia, and then against Arkansas, and then the 5-0. So yeah, Donnell Brown, no question right there, man. Who's at 189, and then what else we got? 203. Ben Torla out of Kansas. We definitely seen him in the national circuits for a while. He's been up there getting close. Sometimes he goes to the finals or just doesn't make it. He was able to get that win over.
But he had been on Team USA. And
yeah.
And
of late,
the fight with Leroy Clark, Leroy's getting closer to beating Ben now. You know what I mean? Like as Leroy's improving, so the fight was better than a lot of people anticipated. Yeah. Leroy's tall,
right?
Tall, can box, and Ben had to, the improved Leroy. Ben had to turn it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So, and he did. He found it and turned it up, and because the first time they fought, it wasn't a 3-2 split. So you know what I mean? So
got it right. Yeah, no 3-2 on this one. So it's neck and neck. I'm sure we'll keep on seeing Ben and Leroy for as long as they're amateurs, facing each other in these tournaments. But Ben Torla out of Kansas, Missouri, taking the 203 title. Then we'll go to 203 plus. Big boys here.
And then somebody may knock me on this one, but you had a bunch of big punchers at 203 plus. Ben Torla and Leroy Clark could have won 203 plus.
Okay. There you go. So, I didn't watch too much of this, but Kelvin watched that.
203 is better than 203 plus.
Okay. Is it just a skill
level?
Skill level,
experience level.
Probably experience level, yeah.
You got big punchers at 203 plus right now. The boxing leaves a lot to be desired. And the two in the finals at 203, either one could have won 203 plus.
Yeah. And the coaches should be trying to improve that as much, because.
And I'm not gonna lie, you probably got a lot of converted athletes.
Football players, right?
Like that coming over, so they swinging for the fence, but it left a lot to be desired, skill wise. You know what I mean? Everybody likes knockouts, and you was getting RSCs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just my humble opinion. The two in the finals at 203, both Leroy Clark and Ben Torla could have been your champion at 203 plus.
Okay. There you go. You heard it. Now that was the end of the elite division. We're gonna jump over to the youth. We're gonna go to start at the youth female. Just make sure this thing works. We're gonna go all the way up to 101. 101, we got, and real quick, there's just 3 rounds live. Number 195, which is going over the tournament, seeing what's going on. So there was a lot of things that happened, close bouts, like the one that we're just going to talk about at the 101 youth female division. Victoria Mandujano out of Texas got a 3-2 split over Mirena Casares, also
out of Texas.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna assume they fought before.
Yeah, that's my guess. And Victoria was supposed to have a bout before, but got a walkover. Elena Cisneros out of Florida did not compete, so we had a just straight up finals 3-2 split.
Yeah,
over to Victoria Mandujano. But I said they probably seen each other again, and they probably see each other. They'll keep on seeing each other at 101. 106
lost. Yeah, we lost to Atlantis. Hey, she brought her A game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Hey, those are the ones that you gotta get back to the gym.
That's our third time fighting, so it's 2-1 in our favor. But we're probably gonna do it again soon. Well, no, I think in December, Atlantis goes elite. We'll still be youth. So
gotcha.
Yeah,
okay,
but probably in 2 years when we see you again. So I like it. It's a good little rivalry.
No, and then Jocelyn's is one, Alani's is one. So I just wish
more girls would enter the weight class too. Yeah, fighting one day. They're exciting fights. Right. So like just fighting one day or Atlanta's fighting 2 days, I would like to see them fight every day because these little weight classes are fast. They throw a lot of punches.
Yeah.
They're exciting to watch.
Yeah.
For some reason in the women's pros, the little weight classes they fight more frequently and make a lot of money. You know what I mean? So I would like to see them just competing over and over again. I like it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Out to Atlantis now.
Yeah, no, Atlantis did her thing and got that 4-1 over Jocelyn. But I'm sure we'll see it again. And like you said, I think having a little bit more, having 2 fights or at least a fight going into the finals would be beneficial.
Just having 106 girls fighting. They're exciting fights to watch. Some of the bigger fights get boring, but I would like to see them more and more. I think it's going to be cool when I think Brianna Martinez,
Brianna's probably going to be around there,
and all them kind of filter in. Yeah. But then Josh jumps up a year after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
probably in a couple of years, maybe in the elites, we'll see. But
in the elites, hopefully they all just stay around at least 1 year so we can see a full bracket for girls. Yeah, they rarely get it, but if they do, it would be real cool to see.
Yeah, most definitely. So up for that for sure. Keep going at 114. Angela Perez got a 4-1 over Katie Paglinawan out of Hawaii. Oh, there you go. So it was just a 4-1. I didn't get to see the final here, so I don't have much to go beyond the 4-1, but it's was one of those bouts. So
119.
Yeah, 119.
All right. Shout out to Alyssa Samarano because we fought at 101 against Joss.
Yeah, 101.
It wasn't that long ago, right?
Okay.
It was their last junior year, I believe. But go to the other side of the bracket. The upset of the tournament, a 3-2 split, Victoria McAuliffe, who has an upside-down record, beat Natalie Zipatenko.
Yeah. That was a great matchup. I think I posted it as one of those that you should check out. It did not disappoint. Victoria got that win.
And the craziest part about it, if you really pay attention to the fight, Victoria's fatigue played into her favor. So when she got tired, she didn't want to engage, and Natalie's not great going forward.
Got it. So the strategy kind of switched because of what was happening. So
she was just tired. If she would have just barreled forward like she normally does against Natalie, check hooked her.
Exactly.
But her fatigue played into her favor, so she'd attack and then she'd back off, forcing Natalie to go forward, which she's not great at. You know what I mean? And so it kind of played in her favor a little bit. The fact that she was exhausted. It's weird, What I mean?
It makes sense though when you think about it. Yeah. I gotta chop that one up and put it up there for people to see. But that was a big upset. I thought also the Alyssa Samarano win over Violet
Lopez, because Violet had been there. Violet's on the youth team.
Yes.
Shout out to Alyssa. She's
Yeah.
grown. Like somebody took her and just said, stretched her out. Like she's like
Yeah.
super long now. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a boxer definitely to see out of California there. Got the 4-1 over Victoria McAuliffe, but Victoria had a great tournament as well. So I'm sure hopefully we see them again matched up again because it was great bouts on both sides of the brackets. Both sides of the brackets got it. So 119 there. Keep going to 125. It was just the one bout. It was Areli Barron Cruz got the RSC stoppage over Kensley Rowcliffe. I don't know if
the Ozarks, so Arkansas, Missouri, somewhere.
Yeah. So
this is very like novice-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But shout out to Arieli Barone Cruz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normally 25 youth used to be deep.
You right?
Used to be deep.
1925, around that, it was always very deep.
It was always very deep because, like, at 19, you could throw out names like Sarai and Perla.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, 25, the same thing. Back then, you could say like Sierra, JJ. You know what I mean? Like, and now it's just two people. It's crazy.
It's insane. I don't know. Hopefully, we get a little bit of burst of more boxers in that weight division because there was a lot of names always there. So. 132. It was a lot of I want to say novice, but just not as experienced that I've seen. We had Melissa Small getting the win over you want Hello Lane Tufa. Man, I apologize.
It's probably Samoan, so Tuifua.
Yeah, there we go. That was the 5-0 win for Melissa Small out of Nevada. At 132, at least I'm not familiar with all these names. Probably just low, not as much experience at the national level, but I'm sure we'll keep seeing them. 139, familiar name there. A good way to go into the youth international tournament with the win.
Yeah, this was a given. This was a given.
Pretty 5-0. Shamirico pretty much.
But I think most of these Pacific Northwest ones are actually the Alaskan people too.
Oh right, we noticed that there was quite a bit of Alaskan boxers coming in to compete. So there we go. 154.
Also
again, it was Sage Rosario.
If you pay attention and notice, wherever Sage Rosario's name is, less and less people want to be by it.
Yeah, right now it's you were telling me she does wrestling, like she's very much
a monster in both sports, but it's like wherever her name is, the fewer and fewer people's like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Nah, crazy.
That to me it kind of seemed like when Gabby
same thing,
they would do the same thing. Like where the boxer, where the
people that would enter just didn't know any better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no man, because you've seen that. Oh man. All right. What else we got? We got 165. Yeah, 165. We had Olivia Ford get that win over Talia Corbin.
Corbin, shout out. That's Austin Trout's niece, man. She did good. She's come a long way.
There you go.
Shout out to Olivia Ford, got the win, but yeah.
Yeah, no, there you go. She Talia got a 5-0 win. 5-0
did anybody look at her corner in Talia's corner and see who was there coaching? That's Louis Burke. Louis Burke is Austin Trout's trainer, trained two-time Olympic alternate Tiju Shabazz, world champion Jennifer Hahn, soon-to-be world champion Stephanie Hahn, lost to Hector Macho Camacho, but he beat Freddie Roach on ESPN for their belt.
Look at that.
So, like, you got to look around and see who's
man.
Yeah, so boxing history's in the corner, so shout out to Talia's corner. But yeah, she lost to Olivia Ford, man.
Yeah, man. There you go. Hey, a little bit of insight there, and I'm sure we'll see her with that type of training. I'm sure we'll see her back.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
at the other side of that decision, I'm sure soon. So that was it for youth female. They said not a lot of competition. It was not common. I hope it doesn't become common. There was a lot of great bouts at youth. But let's go over to 106 youth male. Man, Edgar Herrera, he's just in a really good stretch. Everything.
I worked with him this week. That week. For somebody like his size, he's got some pop in there too. He just doesn't use it a lot. Switches a lot. Very athletic. He beat Jorge Levana Galvan. before. I didn't think it was a 3-2 split, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was a 3-2 split over Jorge there, and yeah, Edgar Herrera just keeps on going.
I didn't think the bout was all that close. So.
There you go. Hey, man, some of these decisions you see, man, you see one judge go completely the other way, and then all the other. What are they watching?
And granted or not, sometimes the judge that went the other way might be the one that's right.
Yeah,
a lot of times,
it's man.
It's one smart guy, four fools. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
it's every turn of it, man.
The round was a lot of inexperienced judges there too. So
yeah, it's the whole thing with the volunteer, but we'll talk about that. We'll go over the 112 youth. Man, this was a great bracket. We had Juan Galvan and Lorenzo
LJ
Sparky
might be the most exciting fighter in boxing right now. Love watching him fight. Signature punch. He's Superman punch. But this was a good bracket. You had Matthew Tercios from South Texas in there. Francisco Zamora, South Texas in there. Juan Galvan, who's pretty he's like that Diego Alves, consistent.
That's a great comparison. Yeah.
You had some tough ones, but Jesse Torres was
Torres out of Nevada. Yeah, he's there. Yeah, this is a good bracket, and
Eduardo Rodriguez. You know what I mean? So that's. But of course, LJ is just so exciting. Sparred all week too.
Yeah, hey, it's like they always work. Yeah, they're always working, man.
Sparred every day.
Man, yeah.
The only person I used to do that. Remember Cam Awesome?
Yeah, Cam Awesome.
Yeah, he used to spar every day and then go fight. If spar in the morning, go fight in the evening. Yeah, every day.
Man. Hey, well, you got that that tank, and you can go. And it looks like he's having fun in there. I mean, he's going 5-0, 4-1 every time out.
Got a little dance he's doing at the end. Yeah.
Hey, when we talk about just potential prospects in the pros, man, he would be ecstatic just going out there. But man, 119. We before the tournament, we're like, this is going to be the bracket to watch.
The most loaded bracket.
Yeah. There was a lot of matchups, but I gotta say, at the end it was Ushore Williams and Moises Rodriguez.
And they brought it. They put on a show. They put on a show. But shout out to Moy.
Yeah.
And Ushore had to be the 1 seed.
Yeah.
He had a tough goal because he had Jay Sean Wallace before he fought Moy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Moy was not to be denied. The kid's in shape. He's fighting in 2 countries. He's already trying to fight another tournament.
Yeah. He just does not stop.
Yeah. So hopefully, I think he wants to stick around to 28.
Yeah.
But knowing it's on the chopping block still might be some concern. But some pro promoters would be delighted to have this guy on their roster. Yeah. Ushore too.
Ushore had a great tournament.
He had a great tournament.
Man.
He's got this calm,
really,
and knock the hell out of you thing he has. It's really cool.
Real methodical, real kind of just strategic going in, and that bout against Jay Sean, that was
a good bout. You know what I mean? That was a great bout. The bout with Moy, really good. That 5-0 doesn't tell you how exciting the bout was. Right. Like the crowd was live.
They were jumping.
That live was the Kermel versus Marcus
Luther. Yeah. And like I said, there's other names in here who are very talented as well. It's just Salim. Jared Campa. He's been doing pretty good. He just came
Christian
up against Moses.
Velasco was fucking killing it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of promise, a lot of talent. This weight class or kind of how these boxers grow is going to be, 119, 125 is going to be real hot the next couple of years. With hopefully they all stick around or the majority for sure. So going up to 125, the Surgeon.
Hey, it was really crazy because I think I had either Gloving Up Joss. Was this? What they fight? Was this Friday or Saturday?
They fought Friday, right?
So I was gloving up Ari. Yeah, when glove up Ari. Salim like walks out of the gloving area, and I turn like, damn, you got swole. Like his body is changed. Yeah, and we'll just kind of laugh like, yeah, I've been working on his body, but like he like yoked a little bit. Yeah. It was one of those things. It was a genuine surprise at how like his body
he's
like
just man.
Failed, you know what I mean?
So many boxers, man, they just look like they're growing into the bodies now. Like they put it in a little bit of mass. You know?
Yeah, no, he was strong all the way.
Yeah. You were talking about just Ushore having that kind of that style that's real calm, like just Salim does the same thing, but when
Salim has his face from the moment he walks in the arena.
but when he sees an opening, oh man, he goes for it. No,
so I'm talking about even outside the ring. Salim, like the moment he walks into the arena, it's like he's serious.
He does this all the time for Salim Ellis Bey, that's for sure. Enjoyed talking to him when he's all business, man. I'm telling you. So
hey, and shout out. This is another one. I always find him consistent. They took a break during like the COVID period, but he had started winning prior to that, and he made it to the finals. Shout out to Saul Gamino, the Gamino brothers. Right. He's very consistent. It's very a blue collar work rate the way he fights. You know what I mean? Right. And they kind of got on my radar when they had moved to El Paso for a while. Right. And they moved back to Utah. But yeah, the Gamino brothers, Saul, just real blue collar, consistent guy. You know what I mean? So
does the fundamental all this stuff just real well. And I mean he's getting to the final, so he's doing it right. So he's looking to probably have that breakthrough and be the one last standing. So we'll keep an eye out for Gamino, but Salim Ellis Bey just was not denied at the 125 division. So we're going to jump out to 132. We just mentioned his name. Marcus Luther in the finals took a 5-0 over Rene Camacho out of Texas. Rene had a great tournament, but Marcus Luther, man. Whew.
Yeah. Granted, you're the number one seed, and so sometimes you don't have like the hardest route to the finals.
Yeah.
But he did what number one seeds are supposed to do. Get him up out of there.
Yeah.
I get the same award whether I fight 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, right? He was getting people out of there early on. Like he was up, his body's changed a little bit, stretched a little bit, got a little longer, went up a weight class. He was thumping, Yeah. Javen Woods and Ludi Webster were victims of that. You know what I mean?
Definitely victims. Hey, shout out to Paolo Barredo though. He put in all he could against a very, very tough Marcus Luther.
And I feel like Marcus's style has changed a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like he kind of just goes into this defensive mode a little bit, throws a jab, and then he's a southpaw, throws a jab, and then bang on the body. Bang on the body, and then
when he goes to the body, you can tell, man, he's torquing his body.
You kind of feel the guy like they don't want to engage with him no more.
Yeah.
And then he opens up.
And then he knows he got him. So
I think he can sense it. Yeah, it's crazy. I like it. That's some stars coming up out of that youth division. Y'all elites better watch out. You know what I mean?
Man, there is some youths coming out with some. The elites definitely got to watch out. But
there was another couple more bouts in this that were really good. Camacho versus Isaiah Darden.
That was a big. That was a good one. Yeah,
that was a very good bout. Yeah, so
that was another one. And like I said, Rene Camacho, he had a good bout. It's one of those things when you start kind of really. We were just talking about Salim when he started putting that mass a little bit on his body and gets a little bit more of that. I think it will help, especially when you have to such a prolific puncher to the body as Marcus Luther is. You got to be able to hang with that. So at 132, Marcus Luther does his thing. Gets the title there. 139, Yair Diaz out of Florida, getting that win over Leonard Ross. It was Yair has a very, his workflow, his footwork is really good. It's real fast. Very Cuban-like type.
It's not U.S. footwork.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
it's the Caribbean. It's Cuba, it's
Cuban, that type of style. It's
their footwork.
So he definitely relies on that.
his combination selection is very American, but his feet come from the Caribbean style of boxing, which is great. Leonard Ross had a hell of a tournament. Him and Lyncho at a Westminster had one of the better bouts. Zafar versus Yahir was a good bout. This was a really, really good weight class. You know what I mean? So.
Definitely. And, Yair, I'm sure he's going to be there towards the end of a lot of these tournaments. And you're gonna have, especially the amateur game, it's about collecting points. Yeah, he knows how to do that with that footwork. Like we said, he puts it in good position to overcome that. But he can sit there and trade as well. So we'll see out of Florida, Yair Diaz gaining that title. So 147. We had Yoel Cooper and Levant Brownlee at the finals. And Levant Brownlee comes out with it.
Hey, Levant Brownlee semifinal bout might have been the bout of the best bout of the whole bracket. We fought Aldo, you know what I mean?
Aldo Blancas. Yeah.
That was good.
That was a good bout. Yeah. He has that. He's long. We were saying long boxers, and that was a close bout too. 3-2 over Aldo.
That could have went either way. That was a very, very exciting one.
Yeah. Could have easily been a finals bout for sure. But yeah, Levant Brownlee, setting something. He's going to jump on the show, talk, and see what he see how he feels after that win at 147. So we got 156. Ahmed Almaji. I'm shocked at how big this kid is now. Ahmed used to be. He wasn't that big. He was tiny guy.
Joseph size.
He's big. Got a 4-1.
This match was good.
Yeah, against Lamar Stewart. Yep.
Yeah, it was a good match. Lamar had a great tournament. Almaji had a great tournament. So I think they had almost every decision there was. There's 4-1, 5-0, 3-2, 4-1 on his side. Yeah. On Lamar's side, it was 3-2, 4-1, 3-2, 4-1. Yeah. Like this was a competitive bracket all the way through.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this. For some reason, 56, 47 are two of my favorite weight classes because they got the power.
Yeah.
Plus they got speed, so it's exciting to watch. And then Almaji, his style is very clean. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stewart's very pro-ish. You know what I mean?
Right.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, most definitely. And then usually at 156 around there, we see Malachi Ross. We see Neem Somerville. I think is around 56, or is he higher? I'm not sure, but we didn't see. There was a couple names we didn't see. Out here, but Ahmed Almaji is.
I feel like a lot. Oh, they're growing up for one. Yeah. But I think 65. I was surprised it was a 3-2 in the final, but everybody's kind of standing away from a 6'4" Joseph Owengaya. And he was sparring throughout the week too. But I talked to him and his dad, and Joseph stood up, and I grabbed his shoulders like, "Come back down here. I don't like it that you're standing up above me."
It was 65.
6'2" and he looks down at me. And I'm like, "Oh man."
I remember seeing the tournaments around here, the just the smokers and the shows, and you could tell he was going to be tall. And right now, 6'4", you said, "Oh man, just
maybe taller, maybe 5." Because he kind of looks down at me, and I'm like I said, I'm a pretty tall dude. But hey, shout out to Jaden Harvey who brought it.
Yeah, 3-2 split. It was close. Yeah.
He brought it. There's a lot of things I don't think Joseph gets credit for because he makes so much stuff look so easy. Like you never see Joseph. It's kind of
right. It's calm. Yeah, it's more cover. So and I mean, I don't even know. I lost count how many national championships Joseph has won. So, but he got a lot. And he graduated high school, he's college, or I don't know, man. He's a smart guy too. So Joseph gets his title there at 165, 176. Man, Elijah Lugo just keeps on adding to those wins, man. 5-0 over.
Hey, shout out to Joris from the Netherlands. So we talked after their fight, right? I was just so we were in the waiting area and they had just walked out, shook Lugo's hand, and then Joris walks by and I was like, "Hey, man, y'all kind of drew a tough one for your U.S. bout." And he said, "Yeah, that's what they came for, but never fought somebody this relentless."
Man,
Yeah,
that's it, man.
it was cool for them to come across the ocean to do this, but I did ask them like, what was the difference in what we do over here versus what you guys do over here? And he says the international style or European style, we counter with our feet. We'll move.
Okay.
He said he found out with Elijah Lugo, he counters with his hands. Like he's just gonna hit you, no matter what you do. His response is to hit you, and it was pretty cool. Like talking to them, they're very friendly guys. They were excited. They weren't upset that they lost. They were excited to have been in such a tough bout.
Yeah.
The 5-0 doesn't show what kind of heart Joris showed, and you could. There was moments where he was overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, which is just natural when you got somebody fight like that in front of you. But then he fought back a little bit, which seemed to have pissed Elijah off a little bit more. Yeah, it was fun to watch. It was a dominant performance by Elijah, but like Joris was trying. He was
trying to make it happen there, and no,
he didn't fly all this far to just get whooped like that, but it happened. He got whooped like that. You know what I mean? Shout out USA.
Hey, he'll learn from it. Hey, you hear a lot of. You hear a lot of U.S. boxers going overseas to learn more and figure it out.
You're either going to be really smart or really hurt, one or the other.
There you go, Elijah. Hey, and I don't know if you caught that interview afterwards.
I did not, because we were, like I said, I was standing there waiting to get Ari in the ring when they walked past. I watched the beginning. I watched all but like the third round of their bout. So I was just sitting there waiting. I don't know what he said.
Yeah.
But what did he say?
No, he was real calm. It kind of took everybody. David Austin by surprise. He was just real reflective of what everything that's happened in his amateur career. He said he got one more title than his brother.
That's cool.
You know what I mean?
Was it 26 then, right?
26 now. And
25.
And he was to the point he was getting a little emotional, just thinking everybody, his teammates, Nate, his pops, you should watch it. Coach Lugo posted it up. It was one of those that
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah,
he really reflected at what his accomplished and how he started. He started like 13, 0-13, and now he's,
Hey, he won the first one like that too. There's quite a few, but that is, I guess, a lesson is just perseverance, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Shout out to him, and I always point anybody who has any issue, just like, hey, here, Elijah Lugo. You see how he started, and then that's what it is, man. It really motivates and I don't know. I just feel great for him.
I am a big fan, so
big fan. So we'll see what's going on. Hey, his brother Nate just got signed.
Queensbury,
Queensbury promotion.
Hey,
so,
shout out to Nate Lugo.
All the team Lugo out there, and other boxers, competing. So 189, we have one bout. We had Anthony Washington get the 5-0 over Joel Hinojos out of Colorado. 189 there. So, and then the last one, 203 plus.
Hey, yo, shout out to all the silent N's in these people's names. Jesus.
Man, I was this bracket, man.
Y'all, not 2 N's, AJAL, right? Versus Isaac and Dubusi with an N in front of the D.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yo, I went to public school. We didn't cover these names.
Man, make it easy. Nah, the Giant right, Virginia 4-1. Man, Isaac Dubusi, I think. Man, I'm telling you, it make us look bad every time we read these names, man.
Yeah, remember that program 1-800-ABCDEFD Hooked on Phonics?
Hooked on Phonics, man. That's wild. All right, let's see if we can get the junior division in. We got a little bit of time here, and we're going in there. And I gotta make before we get started, I gotta just put it out there. I messaged about it. Mike, this is a sport that relies a lot on name recognition for the boxer, right? That's one of the reasons we're here, sit down, weekly basis to try to, give a platform to some of these boxers. And when I heard that the homie Jay over at Parallel 8 got kicked out and banned from the tournament, You saw that, you know,
I saw
and
the end of it, right? So
yeah,
I didn't see what happened inside. I was pulling up, letting Terry and Josh out the car to go weigh in, and me and Danny. And with Danny, you see that? They go to police right there. What they doing?
with
They
the
was escorting him. They
police,
wondered what he did, and
man.
then I was like, I realized who it was. I was like, ah. And, Mike McAtee came out with him.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. It's
there's a code of conduct I signed, so there's like certain things I will not say just
right,
because my actual job, where I get paid every 2 weeks, depends on my
right,
with USA Boxing.
right,
But
right,
and I know what we're here for. I know
right,
what Jay's here for. You
right,
know, even though he very rarely does the tournaments anyway, most of the
right.
time he's at sparring sessions. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't have a lot to comment on it. I just say shit sucks and it's unfortunate. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. It's that's the only thing I always go back to the boxers. They need this is a sport that needs all the coverage that it can get. You got a platform who's doing real good, putting some of these names out there, and then just to take them out like that for no good reason, you know. And I 3 rounds has been had some things happen with USA Boxing that okay, I take it. You know, it is what it is. But Jay was in a different. He was creating his own content. He's recording his own. He has equipment. I mean, this is a different level. And then they just to yank him out just because why? That was unfortunate. And it should be really people should really think about what's happening. It's like at the end of the day, USA Boxing is not the end game. That's all I'm saying. I just want to put it out there. So shout out to the Hobie J. Hopefully he sticks around the amateurs because there's a lot of reasons why you don't want to stick around. So that's just what it
Hey,
is.
shout out to him for him doing that. Hey, man, send me your belt. I'll chop it up for you anyway.
Yeah. There you go. So even though between us, he doesn't like the Parkway thing, but whatever. Parkway's another story. Junior females, 90 pounds. Familiar last name. Angelique Tangaro got the 3-2 split over Evelyn Hernandez Garcia.
Hey, shout out to Joanna Tangaro. Like very rarely, like as we were mentioned, Coach Deb, me and you were talking earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We've got who did we just interview with the documentary?
Nikki Burleson.
Nikki Burleson. I'm sorry, Nikki. My head is spinning. But Joanna Tangaro is one of those ones where you're starting to see the women coaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you got a few with Team USA now. You got Blanca and Christine and Nora, right. but Nikki should probably be at Team USA's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. Deb was with Team USA.
Yep,
Every kid that I talked to from the camp was in love with Deb. But Joanna Tangaro is like etching her name up there too, like with the women coaches that are just competing against male coaches on the regular show and winning. So
yeah, definitely hats off and love to see it, you know, and they're producing, right? One of the things is can you take a boxer and take them to the nationals, get that win, and they doing it consistently. So Angelique Tangaro getting that 3-2 split over Evelyn Hernandez Garcia at the 90-pound division. So we'll keep going to 95. Finals, we had Giselle Acosta get the win over Sydney Retis 5-0 at 95. So there we go.
101.
101.
For Yaya, very close, razor thin.
It was a very close bout. I could have seen it gone either way. Sienna, they most definitely.
It was good though.
Yeah, and it'll probably be going 3-2 split back and forth. You know,
every time,
they'll still, you know, the both camps probably gonna go back and try to figure out how to start separating themselves from the competition because competition is tight. Yaya Oseguera out of California and Sienna Naufal out of where she out of? Is that somewhere out there? 106. Brianna Martinez.
Hey, she did good all the way through. I think one of her fans said I was hating because she beat Joss, or when I said Sienna Nunfala did good against her. Sienna Nunfala just won a national championship. Yeah. She did do good against Brianna. So if you don't like it, fuck you. I'll whoop your ass if you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? But I am a fan of Brianna. You know what I mean? She did fucking good all the way through. Get out of your fucking feelings. All right? Yeah.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like,
setting the record straight, man.
I just use my French. You know what I mean? Just to let you know. Run for me. You know what I mean? Find out what it really is. But yeah, if they're kids, I don't give a damn. Like, she did good against her. But I am a Brianna Martinez fan. She did do good. You know what I mean? Like, so that dude that commented, because I did see it. You know what I mean?
There you go.
You know what I mean? Come see me. And bring some people with you.
Hey, man, there was fireworks yesterday. There's fireworks today, man.
This FCA shirt, I'm a minister. I'll begin to lay hands. So, yeah, I just need you to know, like, yeah, they're kids. Like, I don't dislike one because I compliment the other. What kind of weirdo are you?
Hey, you know, this is what it is, man. It's boxing. There's always going to be a winner. There's always going to be
There's always going to be a winner. Always going to be a loser. Because I complimented one person, there's all you hating. No, she beat my girl. So what? But the other girl did do good. You know what I mean? Like,
most definitely. And in this occasion, Sofia Martinez did good, but Brianna is just on that game. You know, Sofia did get the RSC going into the finals, so. Good tournament all the way around, and I'm sure they'll see each other again. But just post it out there. It's a boxer you should know. Brianna Martinez out of California at 106. Whoo, Coach Terry, we're getting started over here. So, at 110, we had Guadalupe Reese.
You know what I mean? It was an adult being a dummy. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening. So Guadalupe Reese out of California gained that win over Ruby Lopez, also out of California, 5-0.
Somebody needs to start watching Guadalupe Ruiz.
Yeah, abandonment before she goes into the final. She made the opponent just stop. They don't want no more.
The girl got it. Whatever it is, she got it.
And it's at 110. We're saying, you know, those lighter weight class 110.
They're exciting. You know what I mean? I feel like Guadalupe boxes to get the fight over with.
Hey, that's a good way to do it. So she won by abandonment and 5-0 in the finals. Hey, Guadalupe Reese 110 junior. That's the one to look at moving forward. So 114, we'll keep it going. Malia Rodriguez getting that win over Mia Rose Garcia 4-1.
You could call that an upset.
Yeah, Malia. That was probably the matchup I thought we were going to see in the finals, anyways. But
that would probably be considered an upset. You know what I mean? Just because of the consistency Mia Rose has been at the national
consistency.
level.
That's right. That's the word. Yeah, right. And Malia out of Oregon, you know, got two 5-0s on her route to 4-1. So you know the boxing was there, and she has a long frame, used it, and get that win. And I'm sure she'll see Mia Rose Garcia again in the junior division. So 119, we got Brianne Larson out of Wisconsin getting the win over Zion Hensley
in a close fight.
Close 3-2. That we consider upset. I think Zion was the seeded boxer.
Yeah, I believe so. Maybe.
I can't remember, but
she was the only name I could recognize in there.
Right. I did not recognize Brianne Larson, but Brianne Larson got an RSC going into the finals, and they got the 3-2. Maybe it's a name you gotta keep an eye on.
Yeah, I need to write it down. Yeah,
I gotta write that down at 119. But Zion Hensley, we've seen her consistently, and I'm sure we'll see her back in there. I mean, these tournaments, everybody wants to win the tournament. Sometimes you gotta take that loss to get better for the next one. So we'll see how that happens. Brianna Eberson, you were talking about Joseph Winangaya's height. Brianna is tall. Compared, you saw.
Yeah, she's the ballerina one, right?
Yes, the boxing ballerina, and man, just the size difference in the final against Kayla Aguilar was very hard to overcome. So it was 5-0 going in. Brianna just you know, she boxes, you know, and boxes well, and with that frame is able to really have the upper hand against her opponents, and it kind of showed this tournament. So at 125,
I can't believe next girls are actually 132 already.
132,
but this to me as a boxing fan is the rivalry that women's boxing needs. Unfortunately, they're not pros,
Yeah.
so they can see it everywhere. But Baby Bug and Patience, that's 2-1 in Baby Bug's favor. But you know, had Patience winning a close one in December. Baby Bug stopping her in Albuquerque, and now a 3-2 split here. This is the rivalry that is needed in women's boxing. It's good, it's competitive, it's mean, it's skillful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All those words for sure. Skillful is definitely one of those, but they go at it. They go at each other. They're familiar, and they're only going to get familiar. And this is a great matchup. Hopefully we see them. They stick around for a while because I'm sure they'll be going back at it. I can see them fighting again in the finals come December or even before that. So just one of those. And I like that Marley already has the nickname, already has that kind of persona.
I just kind of know her by the nickname.
Yeah, exactly.
When I see her real name, I know who it is. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So yeah, definitely. Like you said, it's one of those matchups we're gonna keep on seeing, and we're just gonna be, all the better for that. So at 132, 138, Summer Jackson. Yep, coming out. Virginia got the win over Deanna Sotelo. 3-2 split over there. And Summer Jackson, has she been out for a little bit, or I just don't remember if I've seen her, because I remember seeing
I've seen her name before, and then I don't know if she has been out, but
so but back at it at 138 and got that 3-2 split after getting that 5-0 going into the finals. So 2-0. 145, we had just the one bout. We had Lauren Elmore against Kayista. There's that last name again. Dubuisi. There we go.
Sorry.
There you go. So Lauren Elmore got that 4-1. Comes away with title at 145.
154.
Yep.
Sierra Tanny over Isabel Marquez, 5-0.
Yeah, there you go. Two Illinois boxers, one out of Rockford. Sierra, I'm not sure where she's from, but Isabella I am familiar with. So at 165, Marisol Flores got a 5-0 over Unity Morrison out of North Carolina. So, and lastly, there's nobody at 176. Nobody there. So let's go to the males and see what we got here. Juniors. And
Brian Cruz won at 90 pounds.
Yep.
Over Julian Herrera Ahuja.
Wow. Ahuja. Yeah. Ahuja. Yeah. 5-0. Brian Cruz got that win.
Is that last name like Spanish?
I want to say yes, but it's not very.
It is or something indigenous because Herrera Spanish, Julian Spanish, Ahuja.
Yeah. I don't know if it's Spanish. It's not very common because I haven't seen that very, very much.
Yeah.
So, 95 pounds. We had Brandon Noriega getting that 3-2 over Leonidas.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to both teams. They're exciting.
Yeah.
They are exciting. I like them.
Yeah, Oklahoma. That's Coach Burleson. Yeah. So they were definitely. He got his national title, getting that win over an experienced Austin Leonidas Garcia. He's been at like every tournament. So 101.
Like the fact that people are still entering knowing KK is there is crazy. Like
he didn't lose a round, man. 4-0, 5-0.
He mastered this, right? Did he get the Outstanding Boxer Award? Because if he didn't, he should have.
I'm not sure, but he should have.
But shout out to little KK. The dude is cold, and everybody know it. You know what I mean?
Everybody, we're just kind of just waiting until he kind of gets the youth and does it because we know
I ain't waiting for nothing. The boy cold now. Like
he's definitely just looking to see what's happening. But Khalil Harvey, that's the name. You just gotta be aware of that. LeVar Adams, though, he also had a great tournament. Got the 4-1 over another boxer who had a good tournament, Hamza Ben Haj Mohammed out of Michigan. Hamza had a good tournament. He beat Damian Romero, Isaiah Gudino, and Jesse Sanchez out of Beast Boxing over here in Illinois. So he had those are tough boxers all the way to the finals. But LeVar Adams just was losing nothing. He got a 3-2 starting the bracket, but then just 5-0, 5-0, 4-1. So he really got into a groove after that first bout, and there was no question. LeVar Adams there.
Shout out, was it 110 Chevy Rodriguez over was it Patricio brother, which was Landon? Yeah, and 4-0, so it was a tied card there.
Every time you get a 4, you got a card that's tied somewhere. So, but 4-0 in favor of Chevy Rodriguez, which just a name we keep on seeing frequently.
Yeah, you go see Landon John. Patricio quite a bit. He's pretty consistent.
Prince Nemo. He got was 1-1, but that's a name you'll probably see frequently in the tournament. So it's just a lot of you're starting to see some of these boxers more and more, and they're starting to separate themselves a little bit. So if you go with a 114, I mean, this was another great bracket. Very good bouts. Carlos Morales and Angel Vargas in the finals, and then 4-1 over Carlos Morales.
You have to consider that an upset.
Yeah, I think you would have
with the consistency of Carlos Morales lately.
Yeah.
So shout out to Angel Vargas, Southwest. That's the Dallas area.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, there you go. I think most that I would speak to would probably have Carlos coming out on top. But no, shout out to Angel Vargas. He, not to be denied, he had a tough fight against Anthony Medina just before that in the semis, going in there. And then Luis Garcia out of Charlie Coe, he had the semifinal bout against Carlos Morales, but Carlos Morales was able to get over that. And I think it was an upset win, and Angel Vargas gets that, I think, 5th national title, he said. So there you go. 119.
David Arrieta over Dylan Colon.
Yep.
3-2, razor thin. Dylan Colon, I would think the upset of the tournament was Dylan beating Sonic Christian Paez in the semifinals 4-1. Dylan, like I said, foreign feet.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly the word. Like you said, that they use their feet to get out of the harm's way. He was definitely doing that very much so against Christian Paez. I guess depending on what you see, you would kind of.
But I also thought Dylan fought Christian different than he fought everybody else.
Yeah, you could tell, and it was a close bout. He ended up getting a 4-1. So great tournament all the way to the finals, but David Arrieta was not to be.
Yeah, and it was weird because Dylan had multiple days off, so he had a bye first day, fought the next day, had a walkover the next day, and fought in the semifinals. Yeah, so he's got 2 off days.
2 off days going into that.
That's it's kind of hard to stay going when you get those off days like that.
Yeah.
Too.
I'm assuming most boxers don't want to have an off day, in
a tournament,
in a tournament like this. So there you go. 125. Adrian White, Ohio, gaining the win over Tyrell McCoy.
And I consider Adrian White over Javier Mitchell an upset as well. You know what I mean? I didn't actually get to see that bout. I did see Javi in the quarters stop Blaze Billman from hello. Javi's gonna win.
No, that was Tuesday was the day of boxers were stopping boxers on Tuesday. I don't know if you noticed. There was a lot of that happening.
That was a lot of your number 1 seeds starting to fight too. So.
Yeah, that was almost Nino got one on that day. There was a lot of
ass.
Yeah. Adrian White though, out of Ohio, a boxer we've seen lately. Real good. It's definitely one of those that you want to keep up with. He had that good bout against Jamil Tucker in the semifinals, quarterfinals. So that's at 125, going up to 132. Who we got there?
So you had Hassan Jenkins from the Potomac Valley over Jaden Navarrete, who's very consistent, very physically strong in the finals. But you had Hassan over Nino in the semifinals. Shit. You had Jaden over Finest Cummings in the semifinals in the 3-2.
Yeah.
This bracket was nice. You had Jaden over Azariah in the quarterfinals. You had Finest over Edgar Valdez in the quarterfinals. You had he stopped Yaya Metz in the quarterfinals. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nino over Rodolfo Ramirez in the quarterfinals. This was a good bracket.
Good bracket on both sides. But yeah, Son Jenkins just comes out there at the end against Jay and Navarrete. Like I said, very consistent. It's probably a matchup they would consume. But any of these boxers could probably have a good night. And Finest Cummings had a good run. Just got there at the end, but Nino McCallum had a good tournament just right before the final. So a lot of matchups. I'm sure we'll see it again. And 132, man, they unload, man. They unload those gloves, and there's a lot of power behind those. So 138, Isaac Flores getting that 4-0 over Keyston Jones. Southwest, both of them from the same region out there. So that's who else did we see that I see here? Nolan Huntley had
138.
Yeah. He had he went 1-1. I was surprised against Isaac Flores. I thought that was an upset.
Isaac Flores over Kason is a upset as well. Kason beat him like a couple weeks ago at a local show too. Yeah. So shout out to Isaac Flores. Nolan might be a little small, but he's thick and he's strong. Yeah. So he'll be back. This was a good one. This was a good one. Yeah.
Good matchup. Yeah. And shout out to Isaac Flores. He did good, and with the amount of experience, just compared to some of the other boxers, impressive. So at 145, Ricardo Gasparino got the 5-0 over Declan Felix out of Florida.
Yeah. I guess you could call it upsets of 3-2 split. Terry didn't lose that bout. I posted it for everybody to see though. So
right, yeah. It's those scorecards at the end were a little they're all over the place, man. It's I don't know, man. It's it was one of those bouts. I'm sure you guys want to do it again, so you'll do it again, and then we'll be back at the turn. At 145, man, Terry is tall. He's a big kid.
6 feet, 6'6.5".
Man, I'm telling you, man. And use that length, so I'm sure we'll keep on seeing him do that. So 154.
This was a given. This Asante Lamar is talented. He's patient. He's strong. He's a southpaw. Like, I really enjoy watching just how good he really is.
Yeah, no. At least it was a given kind of going into it. 154 got that 5-0. 3 5-0s to that medal for Asante Lamar at 154. 165, Joshua Van getting that 3-2 over Jace Charles out of Georgia. So didn't see too much of this bracket, so not sure. Did you take a peek at this one or?
No, I did not.
Yeah,
I was watching Norman win his 3011th national. It was I know, but yeah.
It was there was some. It was close there. I like what I saw at Journey Padilla, Wyoming, early there. He just came across Norman Simmons and got that 5-0.
And then what I noticed about this is Norman's simply more athletic than the other guys. They're like, if you look at him, he's tall, of course. Yeah. Muscular, you've seen him. Kind of stiff, but muscular, right? And these other guys are kind of fat.
Yeah. They're a little bit
softer.
Softer. He's more kind of like just kind of chiseled out.
Shape, Hey, he's a big dude.
He is a big guy.
And the afro makes him seem
even bigger, right?
Yeah. But you could tell he's such a big guy, but he's still a baby. He wore the big shoes. He's a goofball. He's funny.
Yeah. He's
recognizable, and people like to take pictures with him. And
Yeah.
he's such
He's
he's
a
so fun.
character. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's for sure. I mean, I know Chris Simmons, his brother, always had the red hair. Like they
yeah,
always
yeah.
kind of try to be a little, bit out
A
there.
little
But yeah,
different. Yeah.
everybody knows who Norman Simmons is when he
You
gets
and
his.
it's funny because you can like see his afro before he shows up. You know what I mean? Like you could see it. It's that much hair. Yeah.
There you go. So that was it. Oh wait, no, yeah, no, that was it. 176. We had Mark Jackson or Jaden Wyndham got the win over Mark Jackson. So I apologize.
Hey, shout out to Jaden though. Knockout RSC.
Yeah.
Yo, he came to hit people and he did it.
He
Yeah.
did that. So.
He showed up to slang that thing. Yeah, that's
So there was it. We're just kind of skimmed through what's intermediates and some of that. There's so many bouts, man. Anybody that you see in those lower weight classes you wanna mention?
I just want to shout out. What is it? 110. James Bragg was kind of a given that he was going to win.
Oh yeah, James Bragg had he had a good tournament there.
Trying to find the weight classes. Yeah. Okay. So David Flores is no longer from Central or Northern California, whatever.
Oh.
He's fighting out of California border now, and he's friends with the guy he fought in the finals. It's 5-0. Doesn't say how close and how good this bout was. They're very skilled guys. Damon has got this big left hand. It was him versus Hayden Ho'opi'i.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, California border, silver gloves, California border, whatever they have locally tournament wise is going to be hot because you've got Pistol and you got Hayden in the same weight class.
Yeah.
The same region now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, looking all over this bracket, if Pistol's not there, Hayden wins. You know what I mean? Like, period. Like, he beats everybody else.
Yeah.
This is a good bracket, so.
Yeah, and I think both teams want that. They want to be challenged, and that was a great bout. And like you said, it's gonna be just if you're in that area, you're gonna see some good matches with these guys.
James Bragg over Nance at 110. Mm-hmm. James Bragg is probably one of the most consistent names in the intermediate division.
Yep. James Bragg. Had 3 wins to that title right there, but Umar Williams had a good round. Just met Anthony Nance there at the semis. Terrell Cook, who James Bragg right before the finals there, that at the semifinals, that he's a good boxer as well. So there's gonna be some tough, Caleb over at 114, Caleb Diaz looked pretty good. Tyrese Anthony won, but intermediates, there's a
lot of them. It's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. So over in the female side, just see, I think Aislinn Shirley kept on doing her thing out of Hawaii. Shout out to her. Daisy Enriquez at 101 did her thing.
Hey, Daisy's bigger than Natalie now. Like they're sisters, so I like Natalie wasn't there, but I seen her Daisy, and I was like, oh yeah, she's bigger than her sister Natalie, who's also a national champion. Got a chance to see Ivy Enriquez there.
Okay.
I think she has another 5 or 6 months.
Oh, gotcha.
I asked her, like, what is it like just watching it? Because her little brother was fighting. And she's like, yeah, I really miss it. I wanna get into it. She's a very soft spoken kid.
Yeah. We had her eyes. So yeah, no, definitely shout out because she's got her sparring, right? That was
in December. So I think she has another 5-6 months before she goes. So she's doing PT and stuff like that. Looks like she's eager to try to get back to it.
No, especially for about reaching those levels, and then just kind of had that thing come up. But I mean, it's the amateurs. It's okay to take a little bit of time sometimes just to get healed up and then get back into it because the skill is there, most definitely. So. Just to kind of start wrapping up, we kind of mentioned, I don't know if we mentioned it or not, but big shout outs to Gabby Tellez. She's getting that pro debut tomorrow. Oh man, she was great in the amateurs.
Like, hey,
yeah,
women's boxing's in for a treat with somebody like Gabby. because Gabby can get you up out of there, and she's trying to get you up out of there. So yeah, shout out to Team Benavidez for Gabby. They're working with Gabby and Reina.
Yeah. Which is
Marone Emotions down there in San Antonio. Shout out Big Sosa. You know what I mean? Gabby Sosa.
Yeah.
So
and that card's gonna have some other boxers that win the amateur circuit. So it's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a good show. What else we got? We had we got the Olympics in like less than 3 weeks. You know what I mean? So that's coming up. But yeah, that's it. We just it was a good tournament. Coach Dawood put a good little video he did about everything can't be a robbery, something along those lines. It goes to you gotta be you don't have all the answers. People are still having to learn the craft because somebody else is going to be able to figure it out. And we always talk it. Boxing is a very selfish sport. You just got to be on it and on it and on it. Decisions, they always go sideways sometimes. It's just what it is. You're gonna stick with it.
And there's a new boxing tournament coming up. I just got invited to it. Nikki Burleson is hosting this championships in Oklahoma. I'll get you the dates here soon.
Okay, yeah. No, I'd love to see it. More tournaments. Nikki's doing a great job out there in Oklahoma, man. Eric Valencia, a lot of boxers, and then just everything she's doing, just to put a little bit of shine on the sport in general, which is always good. So that's all we got. Yesterday was 4th of July, so it was a little weird. That's why we did it today. We'll get back on it. We're going to start scheduling some interviews. We're going to get hopefully Coach Deb on soon. It'll be great to see just what she's doing and some of the other boxers. And then we'll just kind of walk our way to the Olympics, see how we feel going into it with the team. We know who we got. We just got to see how it all pans out, and hopefully we get some medals at the end of the summer. We'll see. So anything else, man? Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm my wife probably has chores for me to do.
Hey, go ahead and do that. I appreciate everybody staying to the end. If not, we're going to post it. You guys rewatch it. Put a little name on the division that we're talking to at the top. So in case you want to see if we mentioned you. And if we didn't mention you, don't be haunting us, man. We just see who we see. And there's a lot of good things happening. We're just trying to talk a little bit amateur boxing. So that's all we got. 3 Rounds Live, the only podcast solely dedicated to amateur boxing. I'll talk to you next week, man. Take it easy, man.
Here.
All right.